Thank you, Chair. Good morning, everyone. And for those of you visiting beautiful Trinidad and Tobago, I hope that you do enjoy the warmth, the culture, and the love of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. The Honorable Nicolette Henry, Minister of Education, Guyana, and Chair of the PANCAP Regional Coordinating Mechanism for Global Fund Projects. Honorable Dr. Karen Cummings, Minister within the Ministry of Public Health, Guyana. Right Honorable Denzel Douglas, Leader of the Opposition, St. Kitts and Nevis. Reverend Canon Garth Alverton Minot, Priest, Jamaica Council of Churches, Religious Groups Steering Committee, and Chair, Regional Faith Leaders Steering Committee, Dr. Edward Green, Ms. Dawn Fodringham, Mr. Colin Robinson, fellow faith leaders, key population leaders and youth leaders, National AIDS Program Managers, representatives of persons living with HIV and AIDS, other specially invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, again, I bid you a very hearty good morning. It is with great pleasure that I stand here today to officially open the Pan-Caribbean Partnership Against HIV/AIDS Joint Regional Dialogue with parliamentarians, faith leaders, civil society leaders, national AIDS program managers, and youth leaders to discuss and agree on joint initiatives for advancing the PANCAP's Justice for All program, which encompasses the adoption of the CARICOM Model Anti-Discrimination Legislation 2012 and dialogue to seek agreement on the mechanisms for enhancing collaboration at national and regional levels for achieving sustainability of the collective response within CARICOM member states for ending AIDS by 2030. As I look into the audience, I see a gathering of like-minded individuals who share a common interest for improving and sustaining the HIV and AIDS response within the region. It is through meetings like these that the realization of a future goal of ending AIDS by 2030 will be achieved. Your continued commitment to the fight against HIV and AIDS is necessary as we still have a long way to go. But with mutual, collaborative, and a unified approach, we can achieve our goals. Statistics from UNAIDS indicate that by the end of 2015, there were approximately 38 million persons infected with HIV around the world. 2 million of these were citizens of Latin America and the Caribbean. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure all gathered here will agree that every corner of the globe and every demographic has been affected by HIV and AIDS epidemic. Despite this reality, we have made significant progress to date. This region has halved the number of new infections among adults between 2000 and 2014. However, our work is far from complete as we have existing and new challenges to address. With the world economic downturn and the pending withdrawal of 2 key international donors, the funding mechanism will be affected in some countries, and the participating organizations gathered here today will be tasked with finding innovative ways for addressing the needs for sustainable response campaigns. I commend PANCAP for convening this forum, for promoting regional advocacy agenda, for addressing stigma and discrimination, and ensuring the Caribbean region does not stop or become encumbered in achieving its goal to end AIDS by 2030. Ladies and gentlemen, in your dialogue to examine national and regional issues and goals, I would like the discourse to take into consideration the targets established by the United Nations High-Level Meeting Political Declaration, June 2016, on ending AIDS epidemic by 2030, the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals approved by 192 nations at the United Nations in September 2015, and the commitments made by civil society, faith-based and other implementing stakeholder groups for ending AIDS. if we agree our aim is a future free of AIDS and a reduction in the number of new HIV infections, and if we understand that the effective guarantee of human rights is essential for sustainable development goals, we must also recognize that open, honest, and consistent dialogue and collaboration are paramount to the achievement of our national, regional, and international goals. The region recognizes that HIV/AIDS is a critical development problem which affects quality of life, labor, families, communities, and the national economy in the present and in the future. Therefore, it is in your interest, along with all your partners and stakeholders, to ensure we all perform our critical roles in the care of persons infected and affected with HIV and AIDS. We must ensure that we all perform our critical roles in the prevention and protection against HIV infection and the mitigation of the spread of the disease. It is conversations like these which allow everyone, including representatives from governments, to efficiently and effectively support meaningful change that benefit the region. CARICOM's vision statement proposes a Caribbean community that is integrated, inclusive, and resilient, driven by knowledge, excellence, and innovation and productivity. A community where every citizen is secure and has the opportunity to realize his or her potential with guaranteed human rights and social justice, and contributes to and shares in its economic, social, and cultural prosperity. A community which is unified and competitive force in the global arena. I invite you to keep this vision in mind as you deliberate and agree on joint national and regional level policy formulation and activities for advancing the short, medium, and long-term goals of the PANCAP Justice for All roadmap to chart the way forward. Despite the challenges and obstacles Trinidad and Tobago currently face, I would like to pledge my country's commitment towards ending the AIDS epidemic and meeting the 90 targets by 2030. I pledge our commitment to creating an environment that is both respectful and supportive to all, including those living with or affected by HIV. These are goals that I wholeheartedly believe we can achieve if we continue to place HIV and AIDS at the forefront of issues facing the Caribbean. Today, this PANCAP Forum presents another step in the correct direction for laying the foundations for increasing engagement and promoting solidarity among stakeholder groups, as well as the persons we serve. On behalf of the Office of the Prime Minister and the Caribbean at large, I sincerely thank you for your time, unwavering commitment, and engagement in this important event. As I leave you, I urge you to reflect on the words of former President of the United States of America, Barack Obama. He said, "We must remember our friends and loved ones we have lost, and we stand with the estimated 35 million people living with HIV/AIDS, and renew our commitment to preventing the spread of this virus at home and abroad. If we channel our energy and compassion into science-based results, an AIDS-free generation is within our reach." Ladies and gentlemen, an AIDS-free generation is certainly within our reach, but we must remain steadfast, we must remain committed, and we must continue to engage in open and honest dialogue. I thank God for all of us gathered here today and for the work we do. May God continue to bless you all, and may God continue to bless the work of PANCAP. Thank you.